All right, everybody, it's time for math, and we're going to just review really quickly in our journal. I really don't have a lot for you to write, just one sentence, okay? All right, so let's go to where we talked about more geometry. This is when we first started this chapter, okay? And let's just take a quick look at what polygons are. So polygons are figures that have many sides and angles and no openings. Remember, they're all closed, all right? And a plane figure is a flat shape, right? That's what a plane figure is, a flat two-dimensional shape. It has length and width, but not height, right? Okay, so that's a polygon. A plane figure is a flat shape. And then a quadrilateral is a four-sided plane figure. So here are four different quadrilaterals. They all have four sides and they all have four angles. Okay, so that's a quadrilateral. Okay, then we went on to the next page and we talked about ways that we could describe plane figures. And remember, if they were the same shape but different sizes, we call that similar, if they're the same shape, okay? If they are the same shape and size, we call them congruent, okay? The same shape and size. And then we talked about symmetry, okay? So if there's a line of symmetry, it means that each piece is identical. If we folded it, each side would be identical, all right? So then we went on to our solid figures. Remember, solid figures have length, width, and height. So we call those three-dimensional or solid figures. And these were the things that I wanted you to remember about a solid figure. They have three dimensions, length, width, and height, and they are not flat like plane figures. And then these were the terms that you guys needed to know. A face, okay? A face is a flat surface of a solid figure. So on the cube, we have 6 different flat faces, okay? We have 6 different flat faces for this one. We have 5 flat faces, right? They're triangular, and then there's the square at the bottom, okay? On the cone, how many flat faces? How many faces do you see on this one? How many flat surfaces? There's just that one, right? And this is a curved surface, okay? And the same for the cylinder. Okay, we have a curved surface, but we have 2 faces on each end. Remember, the faces are the flat surfaces. And then for the sphere, we have no faces at all because we don't have any flat surfaces at all on a sphere. It's all a curved surface. Okay, so remember, a vertex is the corner of a solid figure. So here's the vertex on the pyramid. Okay. There is a vertex on the cone, okay? There are several vertices on this rectangular prism, okay? That's where the edges come together, okay? So all the corners are called vertices, all right? No vertices on this, right? There's no corners. Okay, then we talked about edges, and edges are where 2 faces meet. So you're looking on this cube, here's a face, and here's a face. So where they meet is the edge right here. Okay, so you just need to remember that. And then the only thing I want you to write in your journals today is the curved surface. So remember, a curved surface is not a flat surface, it's curved. So think about, could it roll? Okay, so curved surface would allow it to roll. So a cone, a cylinder, a sphere would all have curved surfaces. That's all you need to write. Curved surface, cone, cylinder, and sphere. Okay, so let's review with our plane figures. So I have several posted here, okay? And so I've got a circle, hexagon. A hexagon has 6 sides, so think of hex and 6 kind of sound the same. Hexagon has 6 sides. A triangle has 3 sides. This was an octagon with 8 sides, so think of an octopus with 8 arms. Think of an octagon with 8 sides. A pentagon has 5 sides. Okay, now I want you to look down here. Here's some more plane figures that I have, but these can all be considered quadrilaterals. So quad means four, laterals means sides, so it means four-sided. These are all quadrilaterals, even though they look a lot different, right? But a quadrilateral has four sides and four angles. So here, this one's called a trapezoid. It has four sides and it has four angles. Now they're not all right angles, but they are four angles. Okay, here's a rectangle. It has four sides, four right angles. Okay, this is a parallelogram. It has four sides and four angles. They're not right angles, but there are four angles. This is called a parallelogram. And then we've got the square. Okay, just want to tell you something about squares. Squares can actually be considered a rectangle. It has four sides and four right angles. But a square, the only difference is that all the sides are equal. The rectangle doesn't have equal sides, but a square does. Okay, so all of these are polygons except for, so remember a polygon has closed sides and angles. And remember, the circle is the only one that doesn't have any sides or angles. So this is not a polygon, but the rest of these are polygons because they're closed figures with many sides and angles. Okay, so the circle is the only one that is not a polygon. Okay, so that was our little review. So I would like you to get page 257. We're going to do that side together. Page 258 you're going to do on your own. Okay, so you should have this page in front of you. Okay, so look at the instructions. We are going to be labeling these different figures, okay? So we're going to write a C inside each circle, okay? So you can look at these, and if it's a circle, you're going to write a C. You're going to write a Q inside a quadrilateral. So remember, a quadrilateral has four sides and four angles. We're going to write an S in every figure that is a square. Now remember, a square has four equal sides, okay? And then we're going to write a T inside each triangle, sorry. Write a T inside each triangle. Okay, I want you to pause, and I want you to do this on your own. So please pause, do this on your own, and then check, okay? So put me on pause, I'll do mine, and you can pick me back up, okay? Okay, so when we label these, this one is a quadrilateral because it has four sides and four angles, but we can also label this as a square because each of the sides are equal, right? Okay, so this one, definitely a circle, okay? This one is definitely a triangle, okay? This one is a quadrilateral because it has four sides and four angles, okay? This one is definitely a triangle. I can see it has three sides. This one's also a triangle. I can see that it has three sides, okay? This one is a quadrilateral, but it's not a square because it doesn't have four equal sides. This one is a quadrilateral, but it is not a square because it doesn't have four equal sides. Okay. This one is a quadrilateral because it has four sides and four angles, but we can also label it as a square. Okay. And then we also needed to do one other thing, and that was to draw right angles. So which figures are going to have right angles? So if you didn't do that, pause me, and I will do my right angles and you do yours. Okay. So you should have drawn your right angles. Remember, they're just L's to finish the square shape in each. Okay, so we have right angles in our squares. Okay, and we have right angles in our rectangle, and we have a right angle in our triangle, and this triangle as well. Those are the only quadrilaterals. Looks like I missed a circle here. Now this one, for this oval shape, we didn't have a label to put on those. That one you're just leaving blank. Okay, so check and see. Did you get all of those right? Do you need to review, look at your journal? What do you need to do to fix those? And to know why they needed fixing. Okay, so now we're going to go down to our solid figures. Okay, so we have a cone, cube, cylinder, rectangular prism, and a sphere. Okay, so we're going to think about the attributes that each one of these has. That's a way that we can describe it, talking about its attributes. Here we talked about the attributes of plane figures. Here we can talk about the attributes of solid figures. Okay, so I want you to be thinking about that. Remember what we talked about in our journal, what a face is, what a vertex is, and what an edge is, okay? So you should have your journal, you can have it open, but remember we want the definitions of those to get in your heads and be very familiar with those. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to look at the attributes, and it says a face and one vertex. Okay, so it has one face and one vertex. So you're thinking, just one face and one vertex. Remember, a vertex is like a corner. Okay, so this one doesn't have any faces or vertex. This one has a lot of vertices, so I know it can't be that one. This one doesn't have any corners, so it can't be this one. This has a lot of corners, vertices, and lots of faces, so the only one it can be is the cone, because remember, the cone has one circular face at the bottom, okay, and it has one vertex, one corner at the top. So that one has to be the cone. Okay, so I want you to check. You do yours. Put me on pause, and then come and join me after you do it, and then we'll check and see if you're right. Okay, so pause me. Okay, so number 3, 6 square faces. Now, I know that this has 6 faces. Remember, the face are the flat surfaces, right? I know this has 6 faces, and I know that this has 6 faces because there's 4 here, 5, and 6 there. I know that they both have 6 faces, so I'm looking here, and then this is our keyword right here, 6 square faces. And remember, a square, all 4 sides are equal, so it has to be the cube, right? Okay, and number 4, 2 faces and 1 curved surface. Okay, so I know these guys are out. They have no curved surfaces, okay? So 2 faces, so that's going to be those flat sides, the flat surfaces. Okay, I know this one only has 1. This has none. It's got to be the cylinder. So let's see. 2 faces. Here's a circular face, and here's a circular face, and then here is that curved surface. So yes, this is going to be cylinder. Okay, so number 5 is 0 faces and 1 curved surface. So that should be pretty easy. 1 curved surface, no faces, no flat surfaces. That's going to be the sphere. All right, and then 6 rectangular faces. Okay, so now we know it's going to be the rectangular prism because we have 6 rectangular surfaces. So remember, a square can be considered a rectangle, right? So this has 6 rectangular faces, so it's going to be, I'm just going to abbreviate, rectangular prism. Okay, how'd you do on that? All right, so on the back side, you're going to do more of the same, And this is what I want you to send a picture of. I don't need the front side, I just need the back side. Okay, so you're going to look at these attributes. These are your clues, and you're going to be looking at the different shapes, okay, and then label them correctly. Here you're going to look at the clues for the solid figures, and you want to give each one of these a name, and they're on the front. So if you've forgotten, take a look at the front, but make sure that you're putting it in your mind so that you know what those are. Okay, so I also want you to do some multiplication facts on IXL, so don't forget that's part of your assignment. I just need a photo of page 258 and your IXL assignments today. Okay, see you later.